This is Matt McKeever, and this is a demo of my application BeenThere. BeenThere is a travel journaling application that uses Google Maps to save places that you've been all around the world. This application was built for the LaunchCode LiftOff program. It was built over the course of 8 weeks and a team of 5 people. The application is built using Angular on the front end, Spring Boot on the back end, which is connected to a MySQL database. So when you open the application, you're presented with login information. So I'm going to go ahead and log in with an account that I've already created. As you can see, the login button is not active at the moment, and I can't get around it. So I'm going to log in with a simple user1. Once I log in, I am presented with a map of the entire world, and you'll notice that there's already a pin right here that I previously created. So the way that we use this is as you visit somewhere around the world, you can create a pin and attach information and photos to that pin. So the pin that I've already created is my pursuit of visiting all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums in the country. So I started with the simplest one, which is here in St. Louis, Busch Stadium. So when I click on this pin, it's going to open up a dialog box that has information about my trip, description of the trip, the date that I went, and a log of what happened in the games that I went to. There's also a carousel of pictures that I took when I went on this trip. You'll notice there's buttons down here like edit, delete, and close. We will work with those just a little bit later. So let's close this box and let's make a new pin. So I'm going to type in Dodger Stadium. And you'll notice as I start typing, Google is going to give me some autocomplete suggestions. So if I click on Dodger Stadium, it's going to drop a pin right there in California, and it's going to open up a new dialog box called Create New Pin, My Trip to Dodger Stadium. So the first field that we have to fill out is the trip description. What was the occasion for the trip? So I'm going to write Cardinals, Dodgers, 4-game series. Let's say I went in July, and I'm going to add some generic information about that trip. Okay, I'm also going to add a couple pictures, things that I did when I went to Dodger Stadium. Okay, so I am done with that. I'm going to hit Create Pin. There's that pin dropped there. And you'll notice that once I click on that pin, I will get a new box that gives you information about what I did there. Obviously, you can't go to Dodger Stadium without getting a Dodger dog. So there's the picture of my Dodger dog and just some other great pictures that I took. If I decide that I want to edit this pin, I can hit Edit. It'll open up that dialog box again. And let's say I just want to change my date to July 10th. I'll hit Update, and that pin is updated. Okay, so there we go. July 10th is the new date. All right, also you'll notice that there's a button here called View All. If I hit View All, it'll show me a list in order from most recent down to ones in the past of all the trips that I've gone on. So here's my Busch Stadium trip, here's my Dodger Stadium trip. Okay, so let's go ahead and log out now. And we're going to create a new account. So I'll hit Create Account, and I'm going to create the user called User2. Once I hit Create Account, it'll say New Account Created, and then I will simply log in as that user. As you can see, all the pins that I created with User1 are no longer there. So this would be for a separate user. I'm going to go ahead and type in Target Field in Minnesota. So once I click on that, my pin will drop. It'll open up my dialog box. I will say Cardinals and Twins. Let's say a 3-game series. Okay. And we went in September. Let's go ahead and add some information about that series. And let's add a couple pictures. Okay, so we've got everything we need here. And there's our newly created pin. Once we click on it, it will give us this nice dialog box and the pictures that I took when I went to Target Field. All right, so let's go back to our first account. So we'll log out, go back to user 1, type in our password, and there are the pins that I created previously. There's my Busch Stadium pin, and there's my Dodger Stadium pin. If I wanted to delete a pin, I can simply hit this delete pin button. It'll pop up a dialog that says, are you sure you want to delete my trip to Busch Stadium? If I hit delete, that pin is now gone. So that is all the features of BeenThere. I hope you enjoyed the application. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to reach out.